fill those massive shoes. Well, they're petite.
I'm not filling, but just step in.
Yeah, Nina has petite little feet, but she has big boots to fill. So,
She does.
Hi,
Carl.
Hi, how you doing, Christine?
I'm doing well. Thanks for calling in.
Fantastic. Hey, it's nice to hear you on the show today. How apropos. Very nice. Very nice.
Happy New Year.
I have with us that's going to be calling in will be Suzy Hinchey.
I love Suzy.
What we wanted to do, Christine and Cameron, is to talk, especially during this pandemic time right now. We wanted to talk about some of the programs that we have, Christine. Obviously, and everyone listening, we have a federally funded program, and the People's Place does not. I mean, People's Place started back, I think it was, I'm a resident from Kingston a long time, from 1972, I think it was.
Oh, you get the A+ star today, Carl, 1972, yes.
Well, yeah, 1972, I think it was on either a Beale Street or a Home Street, right?
It was on a Beale, kind of where Armadillo is, right, in that little block.
Huh.
Yes, way back when.
Wow.
Well, way back when also, there was a grassroots operation started, and a lot of people don't know this in Kingston. It actually started around 1963, and it wasn't formed until around 1964 or 65. My uncle, you probably don't know him, Christine. His name was Al Brown. And he had a grassroots operation down in Roundout Center. There's a big plaque down there for him. And all of the people listed on that plaque were the grassroots operations for community action.
Where's the plaque, Carl?
Our first Head Start program was done in our church back in 1965 on Ward Street at the St. Mark's Church, which is my church, it's the West Methodist Church. And it was done in the basement. Well, since then, over 55, 56, 57 years, how long it's been, we are the oldest nonprofit organization in the area, and we offer services. We're a federally funded organization. Since 1967, but People's Place is not a federally funded
Correct.
nonprofit. But the thing is, though, we work hand in hand together, or we should be working hand in hand.
We do. Suzy's great.
The community itself.
Now, Carl, I think Suzy's with us on the phone, Dan indicated. Is it Suzy, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Excellent, perfectly. Suzy, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. I'm Suzy Hinchey. I'm the Outreach Program Director for Community Action. We have an outreach program in Ulster County and in Sullivan County.
And you're downtown off of Hasbrook Avenue, right?
Lindsay, right?
Down off of Lindsley Avenue.
Okay.
Hi, Suzy. How are you?
Hi, Christine. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Suzy, real quick, during this pandemic, we're going to have a lot of people that are going to be needing some of our federally funded services. I just wanted you to talk to the people a little bit about three type of programs that we have. Our rental assistance for people who need it. Also, our utility assistance, which is key, which some of our elders can actually start tapping into some of their places to help out with them also. And also our prescription assistance. Could you give us some idea of what our programs are like, how they run, Suzy, and who they're available for?
Sure. So we've received, through the CARES Act, $658,000 to be split between our Ellendale office and our Sullivan office. And the programs, like Carl mentioned, is going to be used for housing assistance, where people that might have lost their jobs due to COVID or got a reduction in their income due to COVID, that we're able to assist them with first month's rent or back rent. We can assist up to $3,000 in rent. We can also assist families if they have a final termination, a disconnect with their electric bill. We're going to be assisting up to $700 and get them on a budget program with their electric company.
Oh, that's nice.
And then And then we also are going to use some of the CARES Act funds to help with prescription copays. So one of the main things, excuse me, about the program is that it has to be COVID related, and then they have to be income eligible, which is at the 200% federal poverty guideline or below.
Now, what is that figure? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, no, because I'm actually on the road. The Highland office.
Always multitasking, Suzy.
Last minute to do this. But we also are going to use the funds to help with food too. So we're going to be purchasing 2 vans to provide hot meals to the shut-ins, people that are unable to get to a food pantry.
That's awesome.
Now, are these programs up and running? Are you still developing them? What is application process? How does any of this work?
Sure. So it's been up and running since April 1st. And what they would do is they would call one of the outreach offices. We have 3 outreach offices in Ulster County. We have an office in Highland, Ellenville, and in Kingston. Or if they live in Sullivan County, they would contact our Monticello office, and they would do an intake over the phone. And we just request that we get ID for everybody in the house, and then the last 4 weeks' income.
Yeah, Suzy, can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
When you said about the programs, you mentioned Sullivan, and then you said Ellenville. Would these programs also cover like all of Ulster County, or is it just that Ellenville area?
Oh, no, it's all of Ulster
Excellent.
County and then all of Sullivan County we do.
Great.
Yeah, and I'm just looking, I just got to the Highland office, so I'm looking for the income guidelines so I can give you a rough idea of what our poverty income guidelines are.
Now,
I actually have it online, Suzy. I can look it up too if you can't get it really quick.
Oh, no, here I have it. For a household of 1, they can make $24,980. And then for a family of 4, they can make up to $42,660 a year.
yeah,
So
that's
and you've had these. So do you still have a good pool of funds left to be able to help folks? I know I keep hearing there's a lot of people who are having rent issues and that type of thing.
Yeah, it's been very busy at the outreach offices with the phone calls and the people coming in. Right now, because of COVID, we're trying to serve as many people as possible, either through online or from our front door.
Right.
But we do have a lot of the funds available, and I would say we probably assisted close to 25, 30 families already with rental assistance.
That's great.
But how would people contact you, Suzy? Could you give us some contact information in case they need this type of assistance?
Sure. For the it's the main number is 845-338-8750. Our Kingston extension is 110. Our Highland extension is 300, and then our Ellenville extension is 310. And then the best way to get to our Sullivan outreach right now would be dialing where our office is located at the Action Towards Independence building, which is 845-794-4228.
Fantastic. And Suzy, tell me a little bit about the utility assistance. That's what I don't think a lot of people know about this, but I could be wrong, sir. But tell us a little bit how that works.
Sure. So the way it would work is we're seeing families that are unable to pay their electric bill, and if they receive a final termination, they would contact our office. If they're HEAP eligible, we would first refer them to HEAP so they can utilize those benefits. And then if they're still in a final termination state, then we would be able to use the CARES Act funds and stop the final termination. Depending on what their bill is, we might be able to pay the whole bill if it's under $700. Otherwise, we would pay up to $700 and then we would work something out with their electric company to put them on a monthly budget.
And Susan, you help with HEAP also. People have questions about that, don't you?
So we've been doing HEAP actually I've been there for 23 years, and we were doing it when I first started.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this year, we were told that because of due to county cuts, that they were going to be taking the HEAP grant away from us. So unfortunately, people are going to have to be going to the Department of Social Services to receive this service.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I thought you were still doing
That's
HEAP.
for right now. What we want to do, Christina, is have a meeting with Mike Iaposi over there.
Yeah.
And find out where our status is with this, and see if we can bring that back here also, so we can also help some of these people.
Yeah, they got enough. They got enough going on there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Susie, and let me ask you this too, Christine. You know, have you had people come into People's Place or any place like that, or Susie yourself? Do you think we have enough advertising out there about these services? You think all of the people in the community who might need these services know about it? Or if there's a possibility of people dropping through and not knowing about it, could People's Place help us maybe possibly, because you have a lot of people coming in there, some information up there to direct people to utility assistance, prescription assistance, and rental assistance up there to direct them to community action?
I find, Susie, if you don't mind,
Okay.
it was hard. Like, I think prior to COVID, I would talk to Susie. We would talk pretty regularly, I would say. And then COVID happened and everybody's worlds kind of blew up. And right now we don't have people coming in to People's Place like we were because of COVID. But I agree. We should have that information because even the volunteers, though it's minimal contact, do hear, different stories about how people are struggling, and they could say, hey, do you know this program is out there? And one of the things that always boggles my mind, and I'm always a little like I kind of pull my hair out a little bit, is when I'll talk to somebody and they're like, oh, I didn't know People's Place gave food, or I didn't know People's Place gave, I don't know, you fill in the blank. And I'm thinking, oh my heavens, how do you not know that? I feel like we're out there everywhere, but there's always people we miss. So to answer your question, I think that, there's probably a segment of population, and unfortunately, it's usually the people who need our services the most that don't know that these programs exist. I'd love to have Susie be able to tell the listeners about the prescription program also. That sounds, because that is something I hear a lot.
Yeah.
Need for that.
That's awesome. See, that's the collaboration that we need to be doing, especially in here. And I appreciate you and Susie working together. I really do. But that's the kind of collaboration in nonprofits, especially for here in Kingston. Some of these people don't know about some of these services.
Yeah. But so like Christine,
it's not that we're not trying to advertise it. It's that we're not understanding what their routine is. Their routine might not be going on a computer. Their routine might not be socializing a lot, but if they come to places like that, they see these signs, and they say about utility assistance, prescription assistance, rental assistance, it might strike something in them. Even if they can't use the services, they might know somebody that can.
Getting the word out.
And to make sure that, that like we were talking about, and you said you're going to be having a meeting with Mike Iaposi, who I think really tries so hard. He's a great representative for DSS. Those are the type of folks who are on the lines having people call them all the time, or even Office of the Aging, places people call asking for that type of help. But you're right, it's so hard. You think of all these different, how do I get this word out? And then you get so frustrated when you feel like, oh damn, I fell through the crack on that one, and how did I do that? It's hard because sometimes I'm sure Susie's the same way. Like you beat yourself up a little bit, like, oh, how could I not have thought to do that, or whatever the case is. So there's always new ways to reach out to people.
Yeah, we try not to beat up on Susie.
I find like a lot of people that are coming in are people that have never asked for assistance before.
100%.
They're doing really well, and then the pandemic came and they lost their jobs, and they were never in that predicament where they were always able to meet their mortgage, and now they're wondering how they're going to pay their mortgage and get food on their table and provide for their family at the same time. So it's a lot of new faces coming into
Yeah, and they don't know how to navigate the network.
Correct.
Yeah. And you know, the insight from the government to give us this additional money, because the government knows with this pandemic we're going to have more people laid off, we're going to have more businesses closing, we're going to have more people not paying their rent, we're going to have more people that own homes that are not getting their rent so they can pay their mortgages. I'm talking about the owners of the rental spots.
Right.
And this is going to have such a severe economic downturn unless we pitch in and try to help out businesses, rentals. We have to help out people. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's the business that we're in, that we chose to be in.
Yeah.
Susie, can you
And,
talk about the prescriptions plan?
Yeah, sure. So, for our prescriptions, if we have a family as long as they're income eligible and they're not able to make their co-payment, they would come down. They would bring their information for their co-payment. We would contact the pharmacy and make up an arrangement where we would be able to cut a check so we could make the payment for the co-payment, and the people can get their medicines.
So, I guess this is a three-part question. So, for the prescription, you're actually dispersing money to the pharmacy, not the patient, right?
Correct. So the money would go right to the pharmacy.
And likewise with the rent or the utilities, those payments go to the company or to the rental.
Right. So the rental payments would go directly to the landlord, or if it was a mortgage to stop a foreclosure, it would go right to the bank.
Good.
And
Good.
the utilities would go right to the utility company.
Excellent.
So that means, God bless you, you have to work extremely quick, because when somebody's standing, just got the script from the doctor and they need to get their prescription filled right away, like that's a high pressure situation that you and your staff are put in.
That pink envelope from Central Hudson shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we just helped someone a few weeks ago with their prescription copay, and we went back and forth a little bit with the pharmacy and stuff, but it all worked out. My staff is wonderful. They're always available. Their hours of work are Monday through Friday from 8 to 4.
What, I imagine your office has, did the pandemic, whatever, limit your ability to conduct your business, or, did you have to close offices for people, or what? How have you been adversely infected?
Sure. So we've never closed down. We've always stayed open. We limit the amount of people coming into our building. We provide as much service as possible by the front door, or if we could do the intake over the phone and they can scan us their documents. We do a farm stand, which will be starting up in February, and then we also do a mass distribution, which starts up, I believe, in April. And that's all drive-through, so there's no contact. We did decrease our volunteers because of COVID. So it gets crazy at times, especially during the food distributions. The farm stands in Kingston alone, we serve probably close to 150 families. So Lindsley Avenue and Delaware Avenue get backed up with cars, but we work through it, and the people are so happy to get the food that we give them.
And it's nice that it's downtown too.
Yeah, did you hear that last comment, Susie?
No, I'm sorry.
It's nice that it's something downtown for people who walk, who don't have cars. It's that's not everything just happening in Midtown. That there's some things happening in different parts of the city to reach different people.
Different
that don't have vehicles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is good.
Now, other than these three these three programs we're talking about, you guys have other programs that are available, correct? Can you talk about a couple of those maybe quickly?
So we have a Head Start program for children from, I believe it's like 4 months up to age 4. It's early Head Start. And then we also have a weatherization and empower program where they go into the people's homes and they weatherize the homes to bring down their energy bills.
Are they doing that with COVID?
Outreach, we also do a mobile food pantry where we can get food to the people that either are disabled, they're seniors, or they lack transportation and not able to get to the food pantry, so we can bring the food to them along with hot meals.
Right.
Now,
So, but you see that, and I like what Christine said, that we're hitting the downtown segment with community action, but you could see where our services are of need also in the Midtown area.
Oh yeah.
If we were there to parlay along with the services that People's Place offers, because we're not in competition, and we're offering some of these other services. To be in the Midtown location and downtown is essential for community action. I just want to let you know we are looking for a place in Midtown. So if you know anything, please tell us.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much space do you need?
I would say anything from 2,000 square feet and above would be fantastic for us.
Yep.
And the reason being is that we want to make sure that when people come in for our services, we want to have enough room for that. We might not have the clothing. I don't know. You got to ask Suzy that. She's the director there. But the point is that we want to provide enough for people for their needs, and so that we can satisfy it. Because sometimes it's difficult. And tell me if I'm wrong, Sue, that it's hard sometimes for people to get down to downtown area if they don't have transportation. Is that correct, Sue?
Right. I mean, we do have the Kingston bus that stops right in front of our building, but like if someone came in for food or rental or whatever, and we're assisting them, and then they ask, we don't do clothing, so if they ask if we need clothing, we instantly refer them over to People's Place. So there's a lot of referrals, over to People's Place or the local food pantries that are around. So because like the food pantry, you get 3 meals for 3 days, which is great, but it's only for 3 days. So by referring them to other local food pantries, you're able to get another 3 meals for 3 days.
Yeah.
And the collaboration that Community Action has with People's Place and the other local food pantries it's just wonderful.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, we're all in this together. It's just such a recurring theme.
Theme of our show.
Yeah, it's such a recurring theme, but it's so true, and we all have a stake in this. So,
and I think like the services you're offering, I mean, they're always important, but especially this year with so many people having financial challenges, to have all of these different programs that would help them. It is really a gift to the community.
Definitely.
It's not only a gift, Christine, but it's a benefit, because the bottom line is if we don't supply these needs to people, our economy looks like it's in ruins, because we would have more homeless people, we would have more crime, realistically, because what people can't get, they're going to try to get. They can't get it legally, they'll try to get it illegally.
You're correct.
People don't think about a lot of these things that contribute to your economy. So, Christine, thank you for all the hard work you do. Suzy, you are awesome. I hope we're not working you to death. But the thing is that, this collaborative effort right now really shows that we are really interested in humanity.
Yep.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, definitely. So, Suzy, one more quick. Is share your phone numbers again with our listeners.
Sure. It's 845-338-8750.
Excellent. And call up 8 to 4. You said your office.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4.
Excellent. And prescription, utilities, rent, weatherization,
Everything.
all huge. Food services.
They're still doing the weatherization with COVID, right? People are still going to people's homes or not?
They are. It's slowed down somewhat because some of the families are a little eerie about staff going in there. But we all, in all our programs, we take the precautions. We ask the questions that need to be asked about COVID. We are taking temperatures if need be, and for the safety of staff and of course of our clients.
Excellent.
All right, cool.
Thank you for all you're doing.
Suzy,
Thank you.
Yeah, Carl, thank you again. Thank you. Happy New Year to both of you, and we'll talk again soon, I hope.
Sunny days in 2021.
Okay, Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy New Year, guys, and thanks for having us on.
All righty.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, another half hour in the books, boy. What a day! It's flying right by.
Going right by, boy. Look at all
Learning-
the things we're putting out there for
I know
people
we're
to
learning
know
good
about.
stuff and sharing information that's vital. So
I think that one of the things, I think underlying thread is this year, because of COVID and just whatever. I mean, every year there are segments of people who never had to reach out for help. I think one of the biggest points to bring from this 2 hours is that if you need help, there is no, for lack of a better term, shame in reaching out for help. That's why all these different organizations, Boys and Girls Club, Community Action, People's Place, Family, I mean, I can go down the list. There's so many of them in our community that want to help. Don't feel like, oh, it's not for me, or, oh, I never needed help before, so I really shouldn't. That's what all these organizations are here for, to kind of help you over that bump. And then when life is good again for you, then you can choose how you would like to maybe pay it forward. But don't feel that it's not for you, or any kind of ashamed or embarrassment or anything like that. Like, please, if you need help, you need help, and take advantage of these programs to help you out and get you through this tough time.
that's what community does. So excellent. So we're going to go to break in a moment, and hopefully Sue Copenhaver will be joining us, the executive
Office of the Agent.
Yeah, the ED of the O of A. So
Oh.
hopefully she'll join us, and we'll be back after this break.